Hey YouTube, it's your girl Tryon Love back with another video. Welcome back, welcome back. How are you doing, my busy bees? Staying busy, I hope. Keeping it sexy always. And since I'm having such a really good skin day, I figure I will do, of course, a palette, right? Gotta do an eye look. Always gotta do an eye look. And I just received my Ipsy, and I'm so excited. I got the Bailey Sarian Vice Feeling Palette by Estate combo. You know, I love Bailey Sarian. I have already swatched it for you because, you know, got my little broken wing, and those are all the beautiful colors. They are kind of muted because that's what she wanted. She wanted them hardly pressed. She wanted it kind of muted. We were wondering why she didn't go all but there really isn't a way to go, you know? So I'm just gonna start putting everything on while I talk to you about Bailey Sarian and the palette and my feelings and thoughts. So if you don't know, Bailey Sarian is a YouTuber who does murder mystery makeup Mondays. Shana cha, shana cha, shana cha, cha, shana cha. That is her theme song. We have all voted and agreed that's what we want. And I love it. And she is a makeup artist who was, I don't know where she exactly moved to now. I think she moved to Venice. Or she was living in Venice Beach in LA. And that's where she got her idea for this palette. She's been working with Ipsy for a long time, getting their glam bags. She was the only one that I saw that actually got the Betty Boo palette, and it worked. You know, because all of the Betty Boo palettes were pretty much garbage. And no offense to Betty, but whoever, you know, was in collaboration with Ipsy pressed them pans so hard that they hit hard pan as soon as you swatched them. But she made it work, and so I just took advice from her. I kind of see that she kind of digs in a little bit on some of her products. She does get a lot of color payout, so I had to scrape my pans from the Betty Boo palette just to get it to work. I had to scrape it with a dime and give it some etching marks, and it came out. It worked okay. It was not my favorite because of all the work you had to put into it, but some palettes you do have to put in a little work, you know, we all know that. Sorry, I'm trying to find my real big fluffy brush. There she go. Give it a little dab out of here because it's kind of dirty. Gotta wash my brushes, of course, because I've been using such dark colors, you know. I'm gonna set this with the Too Faced Born This Way setting powder, since it's a little shimmery. She does makeup tutorials, but not really on Saturday. Basically, when she does her Monday show, which I love with all my heart, her Monday show, I literally can't go without it. And there has been some Mondays that she has skipped, and, you know, she apologizes for that, but we let her know right off the bat, you know, missed you, girl. What's wrong? What's happening, you know, with you and your fiance, Fernando? What's going on? So there's this color in here called Tan Lines, and that's what I'm going to use to set all over as my transition shade, because it is totally my skin color. So if you like murder mysteries that are true crime, that have been weighing on her noggin, then I suggest you stop by. I mean, I'm not a promoter or anything. I'm just a big enthusiast and a lover of her channel. And I just putting that out there for you guys, you know, let you know, hey, I adore this child. Check her out. Now, to me, a lot of these colors do not go together at all. Like, it makes no sense to me, the color story, but to some it could. I'm going to just dip into Venice Filing, which is the darkest color in here, and it's also like a shimmer purple. And I'm going to build that up on my outer 1/3, like I always do, to make it a kind of a smoky gradient. So the pigment is there. Pigment coming through. I only dipped in once. or swirled around once, and she's there, and she's blending out like a dream. So I am not mad at it. Now, I've always been addicted to true crime shows. That is something that my grandmother kind of installed in us from the beginning, because first it was, fictional crime. Sure enough, I love Stephen King, not gonna lie, but then I got into true crime because, you know, true crimes are scarier because they're real. It happened in real life. Wow, once it's on there, and then you don't lose the shimmer, which is freaking amazing, and no setting spray to make that shimmer just pop. Um, so she gives us a little backstory. She gives us a full thing. If you don't like murder and you don't want to hear, she's got other stories that she's touched on that aren't so gruesome and not so bad. But, true crime is gruesome, and I can understand why some people turn away from it. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like my coping mechanism. The next color is a burgundy one. So this darkest color is Venice Feelings, and the one above it is Puppy Love. That's what I'm going to use more of towards the center. Ooh, she's shimmering and not missing a beat. But yeah, I really do adore her makeup looks. I really do adore her backstory. And if you check her out, she doesn't know me at all. She only knows I geeked out and asked her in a comment if I sent her the outer card into my palette, which she autographed it for me. So, because I adore her show so much, and I didn't want to DM her because I didn't want it to come out kind of suspicious. And she's got merch that says that. And don't get me wrong, there are a tolerance of people that have merch and stuff that I would love to buy, but in this time it's not feasible, so it doesn't happen. But if I would like something that says her slogan on it, which is suspicious, no ma'am, she's got a few little cute quirky sayings. So she says nay, that's my favorite one, nay, like when it's time to get out of somewhere, she'll say nay, like, I'm not going in there, why do you go in there? I adore that so much. And I am, oh wow, I'm in love with this palette. But anyways, just from these two colors alone, like dark and stormy, I'm into it. And then I'm just gonna go into that gold, because why not? Because the shimmer pink is gonna be too translucently light. It's a duochrome. So let's go into the glitter gold and see if that'll go good on the 1/3 front without having to be prompted with anything else. And she is kind of soft. Thank God for small favors and not putting foundation on. I'm also probably using the wrong brush for this, so don't mind if the color is off. But I want it to be just a glowy look. It doesn't have to always be boom pigmented to be glowy. It can just have that slight glow, which I need to start, showing you guys that I do, slight washes of color, not always a full pigmented eye. Your girl knows how to mellow out her colors, mellow herself down to a norm when I want to. But that is gorgeous. Oh yeah, nice wet looking eye without ever being wet. It's gorgeous. But yeah, I mean, it's no harm, no foul to check her out, so why not? So you get an understanding better of what the hype is and what everybody's like. Oh, another collab from Ipsy. Ipsy's got bad collabs. Well, true, they've had a couple of blunders, but all in all, I don't think any of us really want to give up our regular glam bag. And those who have started taking on the plus again are really starting to like the add-ons and the way you're able to pick and choose 3 items. I personally had to give that up, so you won't see that on my channel. I Actually never did a couple of them. I actually never did any of my pluses, or I think I haven't done any of them on here. But hey, to each his own. And that's just my personal choice. I like the little bag. I'm addicted to the little bag. Not really into anything else. But I am addicted to add-ons, you know, so your girl does do add-ons, and the palette was able to be added on, and yes, 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 I adore it. I adore the add-ons. Alright, so I'm just going to use some of this Spotlight from Precision Formula. It's a primer slash, it's just really shimmery, and all that jazz. So I'm just going to put a dab of that down, and I'm going to use a Booby Blender, and I'm going to add, to kind of tone it down, I'm going to add just a touch of foundation to it. Just a touch, because I don't want a whole full face of nothing glamorous today. So, as you've seen, I put in my pan just a touch, one squirt and one touch, and mix them bad boys together on the Booby Blender, and get it all up in there. And I'm just going to dab it all the way around my face. Everywhere where a mask wouldn't go, basically. And it gives you a nice glowy, sun-kissed look. This is one of my recent go-to type getting ready to go looks, you know, where you don't have to really set it. You can just go and forget it. But if I want to set it, you know, it's not a problem, because I've got a glowy setting powder that will give me the same finish. And that's the Born This Way, which I'm starting to get a little bit used to its shimmer. Tap that out, the excess. I'm using a brush just to dust it lightly over everywhere, just so it'll set, you know, not really trying to do any correcting or anything like that today. Just a very simple right? Ooh, did you see that? That's how powdery and bright she is for her to be translucent. Alright. And I know you can see how glittery it is because it keeps changing the color on the screen. And I just don't feel like going all the way down and around, but you know you always feel that nakedness. Okay. And so I've decided to tone down a little bit of stuff. I'm going to contour the nose just enough because it's being seen out of my mask. You know, just this good part of my nose is being seen. There's no reason to be completely naked while you're out in the world. You know, gotta wear all your badge, all your, you know, they can see what they want or say what they want, but honey, as long as I'm comfortable with my war paint on, then ain't nothing for them to worry about in the world. But back to Bailey. Yeah, basically go to her channel. Her channel is her name, Bailey Sarian, and it is literally, it's my fave. It's my fave. Like, she's on my top YouTuber list, not for what you would think, but for exactly what it is. You know, the way she tells a story grips me so well that I'm there. I'm there for it, honestly. And then there's a few things that I have been doing, you know, crazily. You guys have seen me with my green eyebrows. You've seen me with glitter brows. Well, I've also been using a little bit of this Too Faced berry palette because it smells just like berries. I mean, look at the outer packaging. And it's a hard metal tin. You can't beat that. It's got a great mirror that goes to the full size of this. And it smells like berries. It's got this beautiful pink here that's like a glittery pink that makes like a really pretty highlight. Look at that. I mean, it is a glowy. It's like keep blending it out because I have to put it on with one brush. And I'm using, this is the same brush I use for my eyes, so it's like not a thing to worry about. I literally just dust it off in my color switch and I go back in and I blend it out. It is a really pretty freaking color. This one is the one I used. It's like a purple shimmer. It is so pretty. And then the dark purple one, this one, without the, I just don't like the size of the pans because you have to like drag, but that's just an own personal preference, like I said. And that one, that purple, puts me back into my kid zone where I feel like a doll. Look at that. It makes me all rosy, you know, purple blush. You're like, what? Purple? If you wear it just right, it just looks like the natural hue, honestly. Alright. So, for the rest of the eye, I'm not going to do anything glamorous. I'm just going to use this ColourPop gel liner in Charmed in my waterline. It's like a burgundy color, matches our purpley burgundy color. And I'm just going to drag that not just in the waterline but also under to kind of smoke it out. And the good thing about it is it sticks really good for me in my under eye area because of all this crying. You gotta have something that sticks. I mean, you can either go light or super dark the more you put it on there, and I like to go super dark but keep it so that you can still see that it is a beautiful purple color without making me look like somebody bought me. And then just a little black Glam Lastic liner. No lashes today because today was pretty hard for my aunt, and I cried for her the whole time because she does not deserve this. It's not like it's, you know, we just have a lot of religious beliefs, and it's God's will that thank God it was natural causes and not corona, because then we would be blaming somebody else. But you don't blame anybody when this happens, when it's natural causes. It's just its will. Sorry, I can't talk when I'm doing the inner corner of my eyes, or I end up with spiderweb eyes, where it gets into all of your creases. But you see how beautiful that popped it out. And last but not least, I'm going to use this Laura Geller primer, falsifying primer that's in black. And it's a mix of primer and mascara, so you don't need but the one tool. Because I don't like my lashes really clumpy. That's why I really fell in love with false lashes. But there you go. Your girl ain't got no brows on, not really tripping. But this is the look I created with the Bailey Sarian palette, and I am in love with this child. Be good to each other. Don't forget I love you too, just as much. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.